same thing. Hello. Hello. Good. Hello. Yeah, now it can talk. Like it was not talking, man. I was like, this is a serious topic we're talking about. Why don't you talk? You understand? There's education you must put behind it. There's education to African culture and about the black people there because of this topic happened. This topic happened when the land was going to return to black people. The topic of we see Coloureds say like they're Khoisan, and like you'll be like how. Let's give
You're an African. For a long time, they've rejected that idea. Nah, I'm not an African. Those are Africans. Right? I'm talking about colored people.
Yes,
These people that were classified
Joburg
as
people
colored.
mostly.
You can go anywhere in South Africa.
Like who? Like the question is, who rejected you? Those are questions you must ask people who come here and cry every time. Just like the first thing you've been rejected. The question is standing. Who rejected you? Before you talk about things of people are being rejected, others they are treating better. Uh, who's been rejected?
Yeah, okay.
Colored people.
I think you're talking.
Colored people
Yeah.
they did not want to associate with the term African. Right? And this speaks to the malicious.
Like this is a sensitive topic we should talk about.
Intent of the creation of that classification, which is now our own people want to make it an identity and erase their history. So, in essence, now we've come to set a benchmark to how we establish.
Sorry guys, I'm back now. I was making something there to drink, but this tea is still. I don't understand it. Like we are living in a country where like people they isolate themselves. People they isolate themselves and they start to blame black people. Say like we are not treating. They forget about current community. Who? What about black people community? Yeah. Who? What about black people? So like now black people must be like come to us. You must like come to us, even they don't want to come to us. You can see like these videos are going through a lot today, because of I was like, man, these these are videos are going to go through a lot because these have been the topics to say like we are not black, we are not. What do you mean? Because guys don't come here and confuse African culture.
Oma Katrina is the
Sorry, don't come here and confuse African culture. People come here and say like what is this? He say like we are not black, we are not colored, we are Khoisan. What do you mean of us we are black? Khoisan are black, and there's not a thing called Khoisan. So where this thing coming from to say like we are not black? You can see like the first thing they isolate themselves from us, and then us must go around and say like come here and give them special treatment. We don't have that time. We have a lot to fix. We have the land that we need to fight back as black people in this country. So we don't have time to chase people who isolate themselves from us. First thing, like in this video, I'm going to read, I'm going to share my opinion. You can share your opinion. And you say like black agenda that claims we are not the first people, Oma. And then when you read above here, we are not black, we are not colored, we are Khoisan. Khoisan are black people, are African. Stop confusing the two. So we must chase people who run away from themselves and then they want to be treated specially. Me, I don't have that time. We don't have time. People, I also like what the thing done
last of her generation that still speaks the original Khoisan language, Ngcu. The 87-year-old woman was recognized by the Arts and Culture.
Look this guy here. This guy is a European. Look the guy here. You can see the finger. This guy is a European. This guy is a European here. Let me teach you about African. Yes, there are people who say like I'm in South Africa, I stay 100 years in South Africa, I stay 200 years. It doesn't matter. When you're European, you're European. It's the same as like when black people they go to America, they call them African American. Right? Same to this side. Maybe you're going to say you are European South African. You are going to say like you are European South African, like what they do in United States. In United States, they say they are African American. Yeah, they stay here for years, but they are African. Same to whites stay in South Africa for years, but yes, they are European. In Africa, let me teach you because no white man is going to tell me about African culture. No one is going to tell me about the Khoisan because I'm black. Those things are my cousin. Colored Khoisan are my cousin. Colored, sorry, Khoisan. If they can say like there's a thing called Khoisan. Khoisan are black people. And no one from outside, no a Chinese, no a Indian, no a white man is going to tell me about African culture or a black culture. No one. First thing to say to see someone is African, the name. Your name is if your name is European name, it shows like you're not from here. You're not from Africa. Like me, I have an English name because during apartheid, remember apartheid lasted 46 years in South Africa. So we're like black people, they were giving English name so that the boss they can able to call us, not our home language, not our thing.
Minister Natim Tetwa as one of the country's living human treasures.
Ek voel baie trots en bly. En ek weet hoe moet ek sê hoe voel ek? Van binne in my en om te dink dit is my werk wat gemaak het dat ek dat die lewende boek solo. Dis vir my baie blydskap. So my goeie blydskap.
Yes, this topic is sensitive. We'll agree about it. But we cannot stand aside and see people sending misinformation, right? Because of as all African, as a Zulu, as a Xhosa, as a Nigerian, we are all African, right? And then because of this African continent, we cannot allow people come and say they were say like they're saying like look this guy man, this guy is saying oh my god I wanted to do something oh my god I need to go up oh my god what is doing down here they say like they say Mandela is a Khoisan. Look this guy. He said like Xhosa people are Khoisan. Look, they want to remove Xhosa from their own culture. Xhosa are Xhosa. We are all African. Xhosa,
The groups.
Zulu,
We know.
we need to educate people like now about our culture. We need to educate people about Zulu and Xhosa and Tswana and Sud and Spedi to say like they are African, they are black people. And say Xhosa people are Khoisan. Who will say that? Because there's not a thing called Khoisan. There's no such thing called Khoisan. This topic, man, this topic it makes me cry. Let's give me a chance to speak.
Amongst the Xhosa people, a whole lot of them, their DNA shows that are in fact descendants of the Khoi and the San. Tata Madiba, may his soul rest in peace. His DNA is L0D. What did I tell you? What's my DNA?
Yeah,
L0D from my.
Doc, first thing you must check. In South Africa, we have 11 different language, we have different cultures. So when you say like Dade Mandela, you know what? As Africans, we don't worship. When we say you are African, you don't have a business with Christ or Jesus. Black people, they don't believe in Christianity. It's just that it happened here when they came here, the colonizers, and tell our people about Jesus Christ. They stole the land, and then they make our people to believe that Jesus is going to make them to escape poverty, those kind of stuff. Us, like, we don't believe in Christ or Allah or Muslim. We don't have that as Africans. Xhosa people, they have their own ancestors who guide them. They have own cultures who practice. Their names is a Xhosa. Their surname is a Xhosa. They have their own introduction as a Xhosa man or as a Xhosa lady. They pay lobola. So when you say like Xhosa, like, quiz, what are you talking about? Because of if you guys can say like we are Khoisan, us we don't have problem with that. But as a Tswana, a Zulu, a Pedi, we have our own cultures. When we get married, when we introduce people to our ancestors, our names, we need to check the names. We can see our hair. So don't talk things we don't know.
The mitochondrial DNA. So he is
Mandela
he's,
is
he's,
the
a,
Khoi.
he's a Khoi. So your first black president of this country was a Khoisan, was a Bushman, whatever. So therefore, so we are saying we can bring it.
This thing started when Ramaphosa signed the giving the land. Um, like when Ramaphosa started to send the thing of like the land must be returned to black people. That this thing started. That's where like we saw it. Was trending a lot. Last year, 2024, it was trending a lot. So I'm asking myself, Trevor is what? Because Trevor, we all know Trevor is a causer, a mom, his mom is a causer, his father is a Trevor Noah. Talk about Trevor, his mom, he grew up in Kasi, he's a Zulu, he's a causer boy. I think causer was Zulu between the two, I'm not sure, allegedly because of that. Then his father, I don't know, is a Dutchman or is a European. They're all European. Let's get this topic. This is a topic that's been trending. People they confuse to be African. You to be African, you check. To be African, you check about your hair.
And the reason why you had these 9 different categories.
Look, this guy. The question colored land debate. My father is Indian and my mother is a Sutu descent. Things like this. Your father is a Xhosa. Then your father slept with a Chinese. They're going to create a colored. If like me, I sleep with a white person, I'm going to create a colored. So like this guy, his father is Indian. No, my father is an Indian and my mother is Soto. So it's going to be a colored because it's black and Indian blood. Right? It's a black and white mixed together. Is a colored. That's all we know. Trevor Noah. We have this guy who's famous and his name is all Zulu. Even DJ Warres, rest in peace, guys, to DJ Warres, man. May his soul rest in peace. DJ Warres considered himself as a Zulu. He grew up in Zulu. Speak so like I believe like as a color you can choose. Maybe like your father is a Zulu or a Xhosa and sleep with a white person. They create a color. Then you can choose to say like I want to say like me, I'm a colored, or I'm a Xhosa, or I'm a Zulu, or I'm a Tswana. So this thing of Khoisan like it started to confuse people. Because of us we grew up knowing like to be a colored is when black and white coming together. They can take picture of Nelson Mandela. We are a light skin. Tswana people, they are most light skin. Sutu people, they are most light skin. Zulu, they are dark skin. Yeah. So there's no this thing of like because of your light skin, and Nelson Mandela's last skin your card. Come on, guys. Let's use our mind, please. Let's listen to Pale Tim and Pale Tusi. I think like Pale Tusi can able to explain. I think you're able to explain. Listen to Pale Tusi. People they confuse the twins.
They were introduced to alcohol to sell their land. So the trade to get their land from Khoi people was for alcohol. So when you want to call,
I don't like the music and I don't understand what she's saying. Say something that is meaningful. Don't say something that doesn't make sense. Not so guys, I don't do that. If things doesn't make sense to me, I don't entertain it. But this topic, yes, like this topic is sensitive. Yes, it is sensitive. That's why I'm talking about it. Be quiet and we see. So your head tell us where you come from. Let's get other people. Let's hear this guy saying what. I hope you don't play music. Let's get this guy what he's trying to say.
Let's quickly forget about the fact that this man is an ex-con and the fact that he's recently been found in a compromising position. Let's listen to his logic on what he has to say, what the government did to colored people. Kenny Kunene.
Did the first insult they did to the colored people was to legally discriminate against them.
Who? Don't talk like people they love to talk because of they want votes. I don't know people they talk to get the votes or what. Who? Who discriminated from them? Who? This is the first question you must ask. Who? Who done that? Who done that? Who done that so we can deal with that person? Because of there's a video that I show you someone saying like me, I'm not a colored, I'm not a black person, I'm a Khoisan. What you saying?
And segregate them from the future of a democratic South Africa.
In what form?
The Freedom Charter speaks about black and white. It does not define black in different ways. The apartheid government had whites and non-whites. Non-whites was Indians, blacks, and colored people. The Freedom Charter was made up of Indians, blacks, colored people, and white people. And they defined race in this country as being black and white, which means Indian people are considered as black, colored people are considered as black. But when the ANC takes over, they say it in their own manifesto and constitution. We are fighting for blacks, for black people in general, but Africans in particular. When you ask who's an African, it does not include a colored.
I think there's a point there. But like ANC maybe like see them as African. See them as African. I don't know, like I believe like maybe ANC like see them as so like these people are African. When it comes to you to say like you consider yourself as black or colored. So colored that means you don't want to be a part of black people. And we cannot force you. Yes, we can see like now they make it a special thing. I don't know, like we don't have a specialty, you know. We must put to our mind no one should be feel special. No race should feel special. All black people, all colors, they're going through poverty. And then I see people come and say like, "You colored people, government does not consider them colored people. What about blacks?" Then I will come and say, "What about blacks?" So as we should stay behind because of people they can't fight for themselves. They can't fight for their own rights. Eh, eh.
It's you and me. Now, you then look at the constitution of this country. It defines us as black, white, Indian, and colored.
Yes. Because of if people, I think that's if I started this video, I believe some of you. So let me do like this. If when I started this video, I believe like most of us we saw. Um, when I started the video, I believe most of us saw like the lady saying like, "I'm not a colored, I'm not a black person, I'm a Khoisan." And others are going to say like, "There's no the term called Khoisan, there's no thing called Khoisan, blah 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 blah." Right? So why should we force people to be black? Why? Don't make us it's like we don't have sense. Why else we should force people to say like, "Hey, be like this. Hey, be like this." If people say like, "No, I'm not like that," why? It's not our duty to force them.
And there you have it. And this is the problem that I have with, especially with the
I
AMA
get you, but
2000s.
your voice is so down. Hey, speak for yourself. You see, like people like this say like all races in this guy. Listen to this guy. I hope like there's no music playing background because I won't play it me. Don't have.
Amasa, you see the vibe, the hype that's going on here. This is now the youth that's saying, hey, staan julle terug, Taimas. Ons is hierso. Ons vat ons identity and we are taking our rightful place in this country. Amasa,
You see, like
Amasa,
now,
you see.
the first thing Afrikaans is a foreign language, not Dutch language, like foreign language from Africa. English is a foreign language. Africa, Dutch, I don't know what they call it. They say Africans because of these people are Dutch. They call themselves Afrikaner. The foreign language. The real language from this country is Tswana, Sutu, Spedi, Xhosa, Stonga, others. You can mention others. You understand? So like this is the thing of like when Ramaphosa signed the land down, it becomes a problem. We started to see this thing. People say like, hey, now I'm like this. Hey, now I'm like this. Hey, now I'm like this. Which is cause confusion. Which is cause confusion. So like, what is happening here? Let's hear to this guy what he's saying. This is a topic that is going.
Coloureds are not a mixture between black and white.
What then? He just started jail, say like colors are not the mixture of white and white. Colors are not the mixture of black and white. Tell us about Trevor Noah. Tell us about Trevor Noah. Tell us about who's this guy who's famous, doing beautiful work though. Tell us about Trevor Noah. Tell us. So like people they come in without thinking. I think like I hear this guy saying Panuel. Is Panuel or Pino? Panuel. He said like they are Shoma Josie, they are Pale Tusi. Who tell us about them? Who you say colors are not the big show? What you say? People that come here with no information and just come here to debate because of they want to debate. Tell us about Trevor Noah when you say like colors are not the mixture of black and white. Tell about this guy man is doing the beautiful work. It's not Caesar Jomo. Let me search him. Sorry, I'm asking. I'm asking allegedly. So like now we must come here and prove to people To say like when you talk with facts, don't talk to debate. People they just talk for the sake of talking. I think like Google got that guy. This is a question to ask yourself. Tell us about when you say like colors are not a mixture between black and white. Tell us about that one. I'm definitely sure about it because he even said by himself. Let me go to pictures. Don't know this guy, man. This guy who do podcast. He looks so. His name is a Xhosa name, but he looks like mixture of black and white. So people they just came here and speak without facts. Say colors they're not the mix. They are what? I have a friend. He's colored. He's like me. That's why I like, you know, because of we spoke about deep things like that. So we have people like this we're ignorant. This is ignorant. They give me a chance to speak.
First of all,
Ja, oom, wat meen jy nou? Ek verstaan nie. Jy's mos colored mos. Jy's gemeng met swart en wit.
I can't understand what you're saying now.
Dis hoekom is jy colored. Die Khoisan is die Khoisan. Hulle het hulle eie taal. Hulle praat hy taal van hulle is Khoisanne. Jy's gemeng met wit en swart. In America we have like colored as well.
Yes, in America we have colors. Like lots of African Americans, American, lots of them are colored. When it comes to Africa, you consider themselves as colors. Like that's why like Tyler, when he went that side, Tyler become African. When Tyler go to America, Tyler is like when now you are African American, you are not colored. Colored you can do it in South Africa, not here.
Hulle gemeng met wit en swart. So hoekom sê jy nou jy's gemeng met swart en wit nie? Ek verstaan nie. Die eerste mense was die Khoisan, ja, maar julle is nie Khoisanne nie. Julle is nie Khoisanne nie. Khoisan is different. Colored is wit en swart gemeng. Dan praat hulle mos Afrikaans. En Afrikaans is nie julle taal nie. Dis eintlik julle taal nie. Julle is net gemeng.
At least like she able to explain. I don't know what she said, but I believe what she explained man is powerful. I don't know what she said. I don't know Afrikaans. Um, but what she explained, I believe, like was so powerful. What she explained, man. 18. What she explained, I believe, so powerful. I don't know what she said, but I believe. Let's give Malema a chance to say what it's saying. This is a beautiful topic to focus on.
We call people Zimbabweans. We call people Malawians. We call people who come from outside Makwerekwere. Whereas we are Makwerekwere ourselves because we come from where those people come from. None of us come from here. We came from the north and found the Khoi and the San here in Southern Africa, and we settled here. The Khoi and the San welcomed us here.
Who is the Khoi and the San? This I'm saying like this thing is going to drag us. This thing is going to make us look like we are mad. Because of when we focus on this side, this one is saying this. When we focus on this side, this one is saying this. Because like now we're going to be like people who don't have I think like that they're going to say something that is Really. Let's listen to this guy. I don't want to talk about something that is powerful.
Sukwini is Tram, is the mountain bushman. And I'm using the word bushman just to clarify. It's not a real word. If anything, bushman means the people of the bush. That is me, Mos, or Tlati. Tlati, we are the people of the bush, Tina. Kanzi. Tlati, Kanzi is the bush. Abantu behlati. Yes, avumile. Amagubevu. That is correct. Kaukeni is the same word as Kaukeni in the Mpondo people. Ikauka is a place that is mountainous, a place with stones and mountains and hills. That's what Kauka is. So the name of the Sukwini people is Kauken, Suakwi, the people who live in the mountains. Abantu base Kaukeni, abantu bentaba. That's why they say Lau lentaba, twa, twama. That is to say, calm. Hey, but oh no, it's quite calm.
You know, like in this content, I realize we are learning a lot. You know, because this guy explaining that there is nothing called Khoisan, there's nothing called such thing. There's no such thing of Khoisan. He explained, right? He gave evidence to say like, there's no such thing called a Khoisan. He said it. He explained it. So like, there's nothing called a Khoisan. So like, the thing of like now we start to be confused. We start to learn a lot through this video. If you're watching this video, you can see it's an educational purpose. Like I said, no one is attacked, as the title shows you. But we are learning, we are speaking the truth. The truth is only way to find out the truth. Speaking the truth, and if someone feel like saying something that does not suit you well, you can call their own opinion. Let me see again. Because this guy is explaining something long. Let me get into this one. Let me give this guy a chance to speak and say what he's having for us.
When I tell people not all the Khoisan speak the same dialect, they would like to go on, oh, you do not know. No, we do know we are. You're just too small-minded to understand. Different clans, different appearances, different languages. For instance, if you come from Namibia or just part of the coast, your greeting will be "Hi, cheers." Yeah? But when you go up to the northern side, deeper in Southern Africa, your greeting will be "Kunkai." Another one I will give you is also on that side. When you're on the Namibian coastal side, you come down, you ask them how they're doing, we'll go Matisa if you want to say about the cliff or Matisa. But when you go deeper in the northern side, it will be Aba. It means the same thing, just sounds different, but it has all the clicks in. The other thing is the stories that we have. The people has the same names. For instance, the story of Hawa. Just put your word.
So like yeah, everyone come with their own whatever information they collected or whatever what we had. But now I'm saying like this one is a video that I've been posted it and people confuse the two, but um hi, but this topic is so sensitive, but we cannot run away from it. Dog, I'm a guess like sometimes we need to be honest, man. We need to be honest, dog. Africans, you're ahead, dog.
You classified me as such. So it is incumbent upon you.
Even the accent, man. Come on, guys. The word Khoisan is wrong in white men wanted to say cause they end up saying Khoisan. They are about Khwa. The Khoisan call for acknowledge of their culture. Oh my god, no.
to reinstate me to who I really am.
After several complaints by the indigenous group, the South African Human Rights Commission is compiling evidence to determine how Khoisan rights may have been violated.
They want to be acknowledged as part of that diversity and not.
How can someone, not like that's what I'm saying, like how can someone from outside is going to know the, not like I said, no white man, like I said, no Indian man, no white man, Chinese, Arabs is going to tell me about African culture. No one. So these things are so confusing, doesn't make any sense. People are talking things they don't know. Like they invite people who have no idea. How can you tell me about my African culture, my Tswana? You from Europe, you from Japan, you from Arabs, Dubai, whatever you're coming from. You're going to tell me about my culture. These are things like the other things they don't make sense. You come where you come from, you're going to tell me. What's happening here? What's happening? I'm talking about serious match. There's pull out, how Nagara, pull out, how na what, pull out. I don't have time for this. I'm busy with serious matters. Yeah? I'm busy with serious matters and I'm busy like pull out, how Nagara, pull out, how na Lutu, pull out, how na what, pull out. I'm talking about the serious sensitive topic that need to be talked about because of these people that are delaying our process of the land. Now, no people from us are going to tell me about African culture, my history. They know nothing. They know nothing about African culture. So I see like these people they say like they're claiming and they're claiming the land. Go to the rightful land traditional leaders. You know, Dutch and British settlers couldn't say it because they call them Khoisan unless let's get this one. Let's listen to this guy. I know that this guy loves to speak the truth.
But it's people who say that. And it's people who say the Khoi and the San called Amakosa, the angry people, the cruel ones. And there's another school of thought that says the word Kosa comes from the combination of Khoi and San, Khoisan, Kosa. That could hold, right? It could. When you listen to it. It could. If umamela ke itiye ngina Now, if you're bound to eat meat with no salt, ake ungangifaki mina. Sure. Mina ngina diabetes or in lento yoshukela biza yotswayi enyameni. Yeah, high blood. Anginayo leyo nto. Me I eat meat with salt. Is Khoi a synonym for Khoi? Okay. Is it the same? Khoi comes from this. Gaba Khoi. Cultureless, traditionless, wanderers, vagabonds. It was a name given to them by others. It was a name given to them by others. It's not what they call themselves. No, and we can argue this at the highest level of court. There's the kings of the Khoisan, and unfortunately, an elder I respect, Gakulu, Uzizi, Kosiam.
You see, like this is a topic, like I said, this is a topic that everyone come based on their knowledge and share. But this one of like people claiming to be Khoisan, man, because of like I see, and people say like, who's Trevor Noah? You know Trevor Noah parents. You know, do we get those questions? You know Trevor Noah parents. You know them, or you don't know them. If you know them, who's their parents, and why they call him a Coloureds? You see when this thing starts from, they start to confuse people because like me, I'm challenging and I want to understand. I study. Let's move forward. We are going to get lots of answers here. Today, you are going to find out whether you're going to be emotional or what. Because I know like these people are quite claiming they love to be emotional and they expect special treatment. As we don't have that time to give people special treatment, we have one deep topics. I don't want people going to play here. Come on, I want serious topics. Let's go here. Talk, we are listening to you.
I speak a lot about how South Africans should move away from race based categories like black and white to more ethnic based categories like Tswana South African or
Listen, we have our own culture. We are not coming to sacrifice our culture for people who don't have cultures. Don't, you see, that's the thing about people, they come in Africa with no culture, and then they want to add to sacrifice our own culture so they can fit in. We don't have that time. People, they come here with no culture, and then they want us to sacrifice. Let me remove you because of the thing you are talking. Doesn't make sense. We are cultural people, and we come here, and then you want us not. I don't have time for you, Shem. Then let's talk about, let's see people who are going to talk about. Let's search Trevor. I want you to search Trevor Noah. Let's see what we're going to get. Because of this the debate that we need to able to understand and no, not this one. Let's listen to this one. It's going to give us all answers that we are looking for. Because we are all confused.
Did you know Trevor Noah's childhood was nothing short of a survival story? Born in apartheid-era South Africa to a black mother.
Look, to a black mother. So like you're saying, they say, yeah, Trevor Noah is a Khoisan. You see, like this thing I'm talking about. Trevor Noah is a Khoisan. He born from a. Let's listen to the story so I'll be able to make you understand. I mean, yeah, come on, stop lying. There's no this thing. There's nothing called Khoisan. You're just wasting your time. This is man. His mother is black mother. His foot is white, created colored.
To avoid backlash. But the real nightmare came when his mother's new husband shot her, surviving a near-fatal attack. She defied the odds. Trevor top comedians. His rise from this dark past is nothing short of extraordinary. Did you know Trevor Noah's child?
Good. I wanted this reason. I wanted to talk about this reason. What is about Trevor Noah? His mom is he's from Kasi, speaking Xhosa, Tswana, Zulu. Then he's a colored because his father is white and his mom is a black person. I showed a video of Trevor Noah like now. I showed a video of Trevor Noah like now. So like this thing of like Khoisan. There's not a thing called Khoisan. You are colored because of maybe your father is black, your mother is white, or things like that. Then when now you'll choose which one you want. So for wasting our time, say like, oh my God, oh my God. Stop wasting our time. Let's go and watch a lot because the topics we talk about people they get too emotional when we talk about these kind of topics. These are topics that touch people, and we need to talk about this one because of they spread misinformation. They spread misinformation. So whenever you choose, like his grandmother is a black man, his mom is a black man, he's a card because of his father. We all saw it. We all saw it. So like this is the definition of people. Please don't be too emotional. It's an educational video. Others are going to learn through this topic. I can see that this one is so beautiful. I think she's a colored. I think she's so beautiful, man. Colored are so beautiful.
The colored population is a product of colonialism. It is a product of the interracial and it's a very painful history of the colored community because we are a result of colonialism, we are a result of murder, we are a result of rape.
Story. So painful. It's funny thing they went home to talk behind closed door.
The colored community. Now, does that apply to
what she's there? Like she said, based on the history, based on apartheid happened, your mothers will be a black during apartheid. Like what she's saying, like they will rape, and then their mothers are going to create a colored child. The child will have the black roots and the white colored. So stop making noise about Khoisan, Khoisan. You're not Khoisan. Go to find out where is your family from. Go to find out your history. Are you a Zulu? Are you a Xhosa? Are you a Changani? Are you a Pedi? Are you a Tswana? Are you a white? Are you a Indian? Are you a Chinese? Go to find your history. Go to find your history and stop doing, I'm a Khoisan. Based on what she said and based on the example of Trevor Noah. Because Trevor Noah can say like, yes, my father is white. I'm from my grandfather, my mom's a black person. I can choose where I want to fall. Because like now it's old. Right.
but we do know that majority of them was that came into Africa did that to our grandmothers, right?
Come on, that's where the color started. Based on what she's saying. Based on me, I'm reacting. Based on what she's saying, that's where color started. So we're now going to find who you're coming from, who's your grandmother, who's your forefather. You will find out you are Tswana. You will find out you are Zulu. You will find out that you are Xhosa. So make sure that you're going to find out where you forefathers, your history after history. This is what she explained very well, man.
Right? I remember I watched Khoisan, right? And he spoke about the Khoisan people, and he was very focused on the fact that they do not want to be classified as colored. And I think that's why there's always an argument about the colored. And he was like, because we were never colored. You gave us that classification because they are not colored, but they are classified colored because they look a specific way, right? About the Khoisan is that the Khoisan fought the colonizers first because they were at the tip of the Cape of Good Hope. True. So they encountered the Khoisan people first, which means that they were the ones, like you look at the story of Krotoa. I don't know if you know the story of Krotoa.
You see, like now, who fought apartheid exactly? Because of black people fought apartheid. Khoisan, man, Khoisan is a black people. Lesotho fought apartheid. For Lesotho, you know, like Lesotho, they say Lesotho like no, and Lesotho they had with British from Boers. That's why Lesotho is alone and they own their land and everything. So like people who were there fighting were black people. Sotho, Tswana, Xhosa, Zulu. You can mention all of them.
You know, it tells you the story of how there was an integration, how they got here, etc.
Yeah.
And obviously, because of over generations, there has been, what do you call it, when people just continuously populate.
Before you know what is going on, you're like, okay,
Here we are. Now here we are. So when they say that the colored community is generations of interracial people, which is true, because they were separated initially to create the colored community.
I see.
And then amongst themselves, they were able to procreate.
To procreate and now populate.
So like you can see like us based on the history and based on the fact we are seeing, based on the history we are seeing and based on people we chill with, either they become our chill with them because of the boy who's the colored will tell you like my father is a Zulu, my mother is a white. That is why I say but they call me colored. You understand? It's the same as like in Kasi, the Indian, they'll make child with a black lady. And can see like this boy look like an India. You see like this boy is look like a young India boy. Right? It's the things that happen like that. But it's all about sharing people opinions. Let's give this chance speak because of here we are just reacting. We are just reacting to educational video purpose, no protect.
Colored South Africans.
So like this guy said,
Colored
colored
people
people
in South
are
Africa. You're not.
so sorry. He said like colored people are children of European settlers, Asian slaves, and African women. He's definitely right. Black, and white equals to colored. As a black man having sex, as a black man having sex with a Indian, you create a colored. As a black man having sex with a white lady, you create colored. Having sex with a Dutch, you create a colored. So I get it. Colors are not indigenous Africa. Definitely. Definitely. I totally agree with him. Whether you agree with him, don't agree with him, that's on you.
You're not Khoisan. You're not the Khoisan. Okay. Don't fool yourself and say you have been in South Africa for for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of no, Khoi colored people in South Africa. You are not indigenous there.
Definitely they are not. You're definitely right.
Okay, you're a mix. Most of your forefathers were actually Europeans. You know what I mean? What's this name of this guy who calls himself Mackenzie? Okay.
Like what he's saying, like is so big, but he's speaking the truth. Yes, it may be sensitive, it may be like this, but he's speaking the truth. And this thing that we do, and they tell their stories so like and we know others they don't tell us, we know like oh my sister was dating this white man. And like now my sister produced a color. And there are people, their colors, because of people they say they're colors because of our sisters they're going to sleep with a white man. They produce a color. Even Africans, no Africans at all. He's a child growing up in Kasi. He speaks Tswana or Zulu or Xhosa. He speaks indigenous.
You're not native South African colored people. You're not native to South Africa.
Facts, they are not.
No, you're not native to South Africa. You are not indigenous there.
Yes.
The real Khoisan people, the Khoi people and the San people. In fact, the word Khoi itself was a made-up word. There is no tribe called Khoi, and there is no tribe called the San. In fact, the people who are called Khoi today were actually named by Europeans. They were first deemed by European as Bushmen. They were called Bushmen, because of their hunting and living in the bush and, specializing in hunting and things like that. But people who are colored today in South Africa, so-called colored people, they're mixed race people. They're not indigenous to South Africa. And no, I see a lot of colored people pretending to be native to South Africa. This is a joke. I'm native, 100% black. Natives are only those who are 100% black.
Like others, they will tell you the truth. Come on, guys, I'm facing a problem here. How do I put this? Oh my god. I face a problem like now. Oh, finally, in trying to bring this there. So others, they will tell you the truth, even though you're not ready to hear the truth. They will tell you, even though you're going to console yourself by lies and whatever you're going to do. But others, they were brave to tell you. Others, they like this guy. This guy explained it very well. Whether you hate him, but you know the truth, at least, you know. So let's watch the last one before I close the video. I know, like, so sensitive topic, but it's a topic that we need to talk about. We cannot live in a country where, like, we don't speak the truth. To embrace the truth and talk about it. Um, I want people going to. I don't want people who are claiming. I want people who speak the truth. Let's get this one.
Wat is die kallet? Paul, wat is 'n kallet? 'n Kallet is wie aan het. 'n Kallet is wat ek aan het. Versê. Hy is kalles. Wat is 'n kallet? Ons is gek was.
I don't know what actually makes me colored, but I think it's
Um. You guys say nothing. Good. Listen to this. He explained the types of colors. Then we close it.
This person.
Let me do like this. Okay, you all can see like now. Listen to this one.
Said there are only 3 types of so-called colored people. Again, this is their opinion, and you're free to agree, disagree, challenge, whatever. There are only 3 types of so-called colored people. Number 1, biracial, which makes up 1%, less than 1%. Trevor Noah, Mpofu Wal, Happy Sindani, etc. They are not really considered colored, as they do not share a common country, culture, history, kinship, and language with the largest so-called colored population. In general, they do not consider themselves colored, and rightfully so. Their identity was shaped by miscegenation, and they are culturally and linguistically aligned to their mother's heritage.
Facts. So like Trenoa, his mom is a black person. You see, that's why I say, like, when they say Khoisan, there's nothing called Khoisan. Stop lying to yourself.
Most of the time, although there are exceptions to this norm. Number 2, Metis. Metis, M-E-T-I-S, make up about 9% of the total colored population. English speaking, with a very distinctive accent with regional quirks, which require a trained ear to know the difference. These are your Waras, Tyler, Coven Goldstone type of colored.
Look, Waras, dog. Waras was a Port Zulu man. He's the boy from township. So you can see, like, what we are talking about.
Those who live in small towns and on farms are very fluent in isiZulu and Xhosa, generally referred to as Durban Coloureds, although familial ties stretch from the old Transkei to Zululand. Their identity was shaped by British colonialism.
So, like, having sex, I say, during apartheid, most of white police, they're going to do wrong things to our mothers. They end up making kids, and those kids, they call them Coloureds.
And the metisage of Cape Coloureds, Mauritanian Creoles, St. Helenians, and other biracial people who generally intermarried amongst themselves and over time evolved into a very distinct ethnic group. Number 3, Cape Creoles make up 85 to 90% of the total colored population. Their identity was shaped by the traumatic experience of Dutch colonialism, chattel slavery, and creolization.
Raping during apartheid, they're going to do wrong thing to her. It was so painful, man. I don't understand when people say they miss apartheid. You know, like, I was watching that thing. You know, my heart was beating so fast. Seeing people say like we missed apartheid. Apartheid was better. Things like this. There are kids who are created by, oh my god, I don't want to talk about it, it's so painful, but man, but I just like we are learning today.
They are a Creole people with a Creole culture who speak a Creole language called Kops with different regional dialects. Kops preceded Afrikaans, just by the way. They have a very strong Khoi maternal lineage, 60 to 70%, hence their claim to the Cape and all her three provinces as their land. Lest we forget, South Africa never existed as a country until 1910, and Coloureds and Dark were not consulted on this matter.
Mm. Who wrote that thing? The person who wrote that thing is just wrote, I don't know to do what, because for me it doesn't make any sense. I'm listening here and the person, but it doesn't make any sense for me. But let's listen, man.
Their parental ancestry is largely indigenous Khoi, which is Bantu, Malagasy, indigenous Khoi, and then Bantu, Malagasy, South Asian, and Southeast Asian enslaved people, and Dutch, German, Flemish, and French settlers. They are considered the most mixed race people in the world.
This race is black and white. You all know like what I explained and what we're talking about during the entire conversation. We're talking about it during the entire conversation.
They are the holy grail of the oldest maternal human genome or genetic marker, L0D1, which makes them a remarkably unique people. Given their history, no people in South Africa have endured in duration and depth the suffering of these colored people. In spite of their history, they are a very remarkable and resilient people, talented and beautiful. They go on to add, out of interest, the term Cape Malay is a misnomer. There was never an endogenous, I think, people who developed separately from the rest of the Cape colonies, laboring underclass. 2/3 of all miscegenation.
So you are reading. He's reading there, guys, and you don't want people to read. Want people who speak. I'm kidding, guys. This is an educational video. You must read and you must have idea. So what is talking about? You understand? Diversity of colored people. 50% of Gauteng coloreds have Basotho DNA. So as
At the Cape Colony was between Khoi women and enslaved men because of a highly skewed male to female slave ratio. For every 6 enslaved males, there was 1 female at the Cape Colony. As a result, Khoi women indentured on slave holdings were inevitably the choice partners for enslaved men. Afrikaners, Khoisan, Pastors, Oorlam, Griqua, Cape Malays, Bantu, Indian, Malagasy. Some people were learning about their links to Madagascar. The Malagasy people, Malgas, the surname.
we have a lot to learn about the history that happened during apartheid. We have a lot because of yesterday I learned that ANC men existed for 140 and 82 years. Black people were in danger for 82 years. For 82 years.
A comment I got on Facebook spoke about Sutus of the Bakwena clans found in the south of Gauteng, with the Basutus, the Kwena people, and the Boers, the Afrikaners, having children. Later integrated into communities like Aldos, Eldorado Park, Enadale, Eden Park, Toekomsrus in the West Rand. And this person was arguing, again, these are the things that need to be discussed, debated, challenged, etc., arguing that 50% of colors in Gauteng have some sort of Basotho in their DNA. Pastors, now called Rehoboth Bastards, live in Namibia, but were part of forced removals from the Northern Cape where they settled. Eventually moved to Namibia because of white settler migration to the Northern Cape. Big German community.
So Pioneer like is a person who speak his mind, you know. Even like he's still talking about the same thing, what the topic. This is a topic that we talk about is too deep, eh? We need to take deep breath when we talk about this kind of topics. They are sensitive I know others that are shaky and
There are
diversity,
different types of colors in South Africa.
diversity of colors, Cape color, green. These are types of them. They brought Islam to South Africa.
Cape colors, Dutch and Bantu / Khoi mix.
Yeah, this is how we say colors. You understand? This is the issue you're talking about. But at the end of the day, we are all people. But this thing of like, this is a topic that we need to talk about and educate lots of people about them. Okay, bye bye, guys.